Ciao ragazzi, we are in live. It's gonna Jessi here, but
Ciao.
today we have Micha. Ciao
Micha's with
Micha.
us.
Micha is with us, ragazzi. So look how beautiful she is. Huh? Look,
She's the best. It's
she's
her
the
season.
it's her season. Look. So she just wake up, just for you know. So she wake up and now she's here. So she could bother us for you know, for telling us, oh, give me chocolate. Chocolate is
Cuddling, like
cuddling
pets.
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 So are you approving, Micha? Huh?
She's like, stop, get the camera out of my face.
She just wake up. She just wake up, but she's happy. She's happy. So
Thank you for the congratulations.
thank you for the congratulations, congratulations, auguri, and everything, guys. We are so excited. Any sign of morning sickness? Well,
So no.
what
But
is morning sickness? What should you should? Oh, sorry, the camera.
it's
Come
the
close
what
to
are you
me
doing over it?
because it's Micha.
Yeah, just turn what?
Okay,
Keep the camera still. You're gonna
Okay.
make them sick. So morning sickness is one of the symptoms in early pregnancy in the first trimester. And guys, I do not have morning sickness, but I have been getting nauseous. Oops,
Oh,
sorry. I've been getting nauseous in the afternoon, actually. So everyone says that morning sickness is sort of a misnomer. It can happen any time of the day. So I'm getting it in the afternoon. So we'll see if while I'm on this call with you guys live, if it starts. But usually it starts around 3 o'clock in the afternoon for some reason.
and you have nausea.
Yes, I have not thrown up, but I am getting the nausea. So
Hmm.
we are about 5.5 weeks. So it's still really early for any of the crazy symptoms to pop up. Some people get them early, but some people they don't really start until 6 or 7 weeks. So I'm still kind of early for anything crazy. So the nausea that I've been having in the afternoon isn't super severe. It's manageable.
It's manageable.
I would love to be one of the lucky ones and just stay like that, and because some people don't get it at all.
For now, we are kind of happy to have symptoms because you right now
Because it's sort of like a proof that it's
it's proof
happening.
it's happening.
Because when go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think we're gonna say the same thing in the fact that when it's so early, you don't really have any physical proof or showing anything. So it just kind of feels like, oh my gosh, like I'm pregnant, but I don't feel it.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a weird feeling.
Yes, because we don't do any more tests like beta tests. I wish could they tell us, hey, come back, check the blood level. So just for see if it's going well.
I actually read something about that because I was with you, but I read yesterday that they don't keep repeating beta tests because as the number goes higher, it takes longer for it to double. So you're not looking for that double every 48 hours anymore. Sometimes it doubles in 72 hours or 96 hours. So they don't want people to start panicking if the number doesn't go up correct, like what they think is correctly.
Yeah.
So we are just going to have to wait until our ultrasound.
Multivitamine, cioè vitamins. You thinking to
Yes.
take? Well,
I've been taking vitamins for
From-
so long.
we're taking just taking multivitamins for long because you don't taking just for the pregnancy. You was trying to taking even for make the good embryo,
Well,
like
yeah.
right. We was
Well, plus they want you ideally to have already started taking vitamins for 3 months before like a transfer, but for us, because we were doing all the egg retrievals in the winter and the spring, I was taking vitamins for that. And then last year we had our transfers in Italy, so I was already taking vitamins for that, vitamins for the egg retrieval in Italy. So I've been taking vitamins forever, it feels like. But yes, I'm still taking vitamins, and don't worry, I am taking the correct kind of vitamin. I've done so many research, so much research. We've got it.
Yeah, somebody was in the vitamins for 4 years. So
yeah, that feels about right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think.
What vitamins do you take?
Like the specific brand?
Yeah, I think
Shoot.
tea with the tea, right?
No. Oh gosh, guys, I don't remember the brand. It's from that it starts with an egg book. Like the book give like if you go to the website, they give you a list of vitamins because they want you to have methyl full of
Uh,
whatever because there's different kinds of folate. So the idea is some are better. Like some people don't agree, some people would argue with this, but I think that you're supposed to have a certain kind of folate that works better than just like a artificial. I don't remember. I
hmm.
don't remember.
By the way, right now is the 5th week, so it is where they developing the brain and the spine, right?
Yes. So we have the little app that tells you what is happening with the embryo right now. So, in theory, the neural tube has closed and the brain and spinal cord are forming. That's where
Yeah,
we are.
yeah,
So, very exciting. The baby is super small, obviously.
yeah,
So it is yes. The methylfolate, I was taking it for a long time, like years at this point. So
yeah.
um and then I still take other vitamins as well. So just vitamin D and all those extra things.
When is gonna be her ultrasound?
It is next week.
Next week, next Thursday, I think, right? It's gonna be Thursday. They don't give us the date.
Yeah, we have the date.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's next Thursday. So means we have a week, 2 weeks. Oh, the I turned the 17, so it is so many days.
Well, it's a week
It's
basically.
a
A week and
10
a few
giorni.
days.
Yeah, a week, a few days. So
Unfortunately, like we said, it's hard because you want to know every day another update, but
yeah,
there we go.
yeah.
Somebody said they think it's a boy. We don't know.
We
We
don't
don't
know.
care. But we do have the gender in an envelope.
Mm-mm.
We told you guys that in our last live, our IVF clinic knows the gender. The embryologist knows what it is because when we did PGT testing, they look at the chromosomes so they know if it's a girl or a boy. And they said, do you want to know? And we told them we don't want to know yet. So they gave it to us in an envelope. So when we feel ready, we'll look at it. But for us, it doesn't matter. Like we're happy either way, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If they accidentally tell us, well, that would be funny. I mean, that happens, but we told them specifically,
They
don't
know.
tell us.
Yes, they know.
So hopefully
They're asking you. So
hopefully they remember. But if they accidentally told us, it would be fine. I mean, we're gonna find out at some point. So
yeah. So
yeah, other than that, no symptoms that I can tell. I mean, part of the problem is I've been on such crazy medicines for so long. I'm always kind of feeling not great, so I can't really tell if it's different or not because I had a lot of symptoms when I was taking Lupron for 3 months, and then we immediately jumped into the progesterone and estrogen for the transfer cycle. So I went from having the symptoms of the Lupron to those symptoms, and having the progesterone and estrogen give you a lot of symptoms. I still think it's supposedly too early to really feel a lot of symptoms. So we'll see.
And by the way, we're not gonna wait the gender reveal until the end. We're gonna open that envelope soon. But right now,
we have almost opened it a couple times. But
yeah, we decide. For now, I don't feel it. It was nice victory right now. Of course, it's right there, the envelope. You want to know so what to expect. But for now, we just wait. When I arrive the moment, we're gonna open. Like when we feel it. This is the day. I don't know. It need to be the day.
We're gonna know.
We're gonna know when is the day to open.
We will have to do those little what are they called? Wives' tales that tell you if it's a girl or a boy. You guys need to tell us what they are because I think there's some like, oh, if you're craving salty or sweet, or if you I don't know, if you have sickness or not, stuff like that.
Usually tell me if I'm correct. Usually in the early pregnancy, you don't eat that much. No, because a lot of people confuse que maybe when you pregnant in the beginning you eating more, but usually you throw up and sick, right?
Well, from what I understand, a lot of times you don't want to eat anything.
The first, and then you start because the body adjusts, right? It is like
I
the
don't know, Maria. I've never gotten this far before. I don't know.
we never bang. Wow,
We were okay.
We
We
were,
could talk about that if you
yeah.
want. So we did have the one pregnancy in 2020 that unfortunately ended with a miscarriage, and that was about the same time that we are, except the baby stopped growing 5.5 weeks that time, but we didn't find out until 6.5 weeks. So it is sort of like that time period right now for us.
Mhm.
And then that first pregnancy, I was a lot more sick at this time than I am
No,
now. So that is interesting.
that time we have endometriosis all over to the ovaries. We have
Mm-hmm.
two. Uh, we were supposed to be have surgery. I think 2 weeks later, right? A month later. I don't know. Like October surgery, October, something
Yeah.
like that. And we found out that right now, this time the year, we was found out that you were
Yes, around
pregnant,
this time. Yeah.
and then 2 weeks later, we have the miscarriage, and then we did the surgery for remove the endometriosis, and then sometimes tell you the truth, um, at this time, you always like a little bit scared that it's happening because when it happened to you, staying in your mind, you know, it's sticking in your mind, you know, thinking, oh, this time is gonna be different.
Yeah.
You
If we want to be super honest, that is one of the things that we've been struggling. Well,
Yeah,
me especially has been struggling with a lot of anxiety about it because I don't like when we got the blood tests, you see it go from one number and you see it rise really well. So it's like an indication that, oh my gosh, in this moment, everything is okay. But now in this like waiting period, we don't know. So the anxiety is sort of high, and the fact
yeah,
that we don't know what's going on and we hope for the best, but then you still have that fear of what happened the first time
and
and
then
how long it took us to get to this point. You don't want anything bad to happen. So
the truth is this: we are fear every single day. You can see us happy, but actually we always looking, oh my god, this is the time. And, you know, some people said, my neighbor told me one day, so how you feeling? I said, oh, you know, right now we're thinking about. He said, don't worry, you're gonna think from now on, you're always gonna be worried and
oh yeah.
happy for all the circumstances, because you're gonna looking for the pregnancy now. Then when the baby is born, you're gonna be always worried, always that. So it's gonna be up and down, up and down. And
So we're
so
just worried because we're parents. It's
yes,
okay. We're gonna be worried for the rest of our lives.
yeah, yeah,
It's okay. Um, so yeah, that's sort of where we are.
yeah.
We aren't gonna do another beta test unless I ask them. But because they said that once it hits a certain level, like that's what they want to see, and then
And
the
then
ultrasound tells you better from there. So we're
yeah,
gonna do the
so
ultrasound, and
we need to
then
wait this 10 days, left 10 days, and see. I mean, 10 days, I don't remember what it was,
it's
7,
about
maybe
10 days.
more than
Yeah,
10 days, yeah, maybe 10 or 11 days. We need to see this ultrasound, and then we have the confirmation, the next
exactly.
step.
Someone said even when they're adults, you worry. So it's just gonna be worrying forever.
Yeah, until and then when you have when they are the teenagers and stuff, and then
It doesn't ever stop.
it's never ever stop, you know. It's true, never gonna be stopped. So
Somebody asked about my thyroid. If my
mhm.
thyroid levels are optimal. Yes. So one of the things is, especially with the IVF situation, they are so on top of it. You do so much testing, so much blood work all the time. They want to make sure everything is good all the way through. So they're very on top of it. Like I've had my thyroid removed, so I automatically have to take Synthroid or levothyroxine every single day. And when you are trying to get pregnant, there's a level of your TSH that it needs to be for optimal. So I'm always under that. And then when you get pregnant, they have to increase your dose. All of our doctors have been super on it for that. So I don't have any concerns because I'm always getting my blood drawn for one
Yeah,
thing or another.
yeah.
So everything there has been super.
And then they pop up the dose as before because we know we was expecting get Jessi with the transfer and everything. So we start taking medication for the thyroid before
Mhm.
because last time, example, we I don't know. And so immediately you need to go to the doctor visit and make you the blood test and then tell you, oh, you need to take that much because they told you if you have the thyroid removed, you need a immediately you need to go immediately to test it for see for give you more medication. But in
Mhm.
this case, we already know okay we was going to be in that
Pregnant, yeah,
pregnant, and then they start give you the medicine
automatically.
automatically. So that is a good thing about the IVF situation. And
So I did not have Hashimoto's. I didn't have Graves'
what is
disease.
Hashimoto? Oh, Hashimoto's is
They're
the
no, they're autoimmune thyroid disorders.
oh.
I had nodules on my thyroid that were very large and were causing me to be hyperthyroid, and they were causing me to have trouble swallowing. So I had to have the whole thyroid removed because they were so large and putting my TSH super, super low. So that's why.
Then even that was a big surgery because they need the thyroid is close to the core vocal. So if they wrong cut a little bit because they are really tiny there, you was
Mm-hmm.
can lose the voice. So it is no was simple that too. So yeah, we get surgery for the endometriosis. For the for now, what was your last procedure? Like in Italy, we did the surgery. We come
Mm-hmm.
back. We come back. We start the egg retrievals. Then the cyst coming back. But before the transfer, we did Lupron for 2 months. 'Cause they said 'cause they were trying to remove the inflammation from the
Uterus.
uterus, and then we have the transfer. So that when we came from endometriosis attacking in 2 weeks was already 10 centimeter, like it was crazy. The endometriosis that was our biggest
The good
battle
news is right now the endometriosis looks like it's under control. So that's
for
the
now.
perfect
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Somebody asked why they wait so long to do the first ultrasound. So actually, our first ultrasound, I'll be about 6.5 weeks along. And that is pretty early if you just find out you're pregnant naturally. Usually they don't get you in until later than that. I remember the first time that we conceived, um, because I conceived naturally, they wanted us to come in around 8 weeks, but they got us in early because I had started bleeding as part of the miscarriage. For IVF, they want us to come in earlier at the 6.5 weeks. But the reason they don't do an ultrasound right now, when I'm only 5.5 weeks, is because there's not much to see yet. You see like a yolk sac and a fetal pole, is what it's called, but you don't start like having a heartbeat activity until a little bit later. So they try and do it in the 6 week range so that we can hopefully see a little heartbeat on the
Yeah,
ultrasound. So that's why they want you to wait until that time. So if everything goes well, that ultrasound should be really exciting because we should be able to see the heartbeat, and that'll be crazy.
yeah. So Mimi, let's see if I read correct the names. Hey guys, so excited for you. We have been on our what is this?
Whirlwind.
Whirlwind IVF journeys as well, and finally our surrogate is in that 2 weeks wait. You guys finally been pregnant is a good luck charm for me.
Oh,
We are
amazing.
so in
I,
2 weeks she gonna
they're
have
going to know.
they're gonna know. It's
I hope that it all goes well for you guys in the
cross
surrogate and your
fingers.
little embryo. I hope that it is so successful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I love when people are dropping so many advice things in there, which are so true. Like the perfume, the cat litter, the vitamins, all these things are really good advice. But you have to remember that we've been doing this IVF journey for such a long time at this point that we know all the things. So we've read all the books. So do not worry. We're doing all the things.
Yeah,
I don't
about
want
it.
you guys to worry and think, oh, well, I need them to know this to help that, because don't worry, we've read all the things and we're doing all of them. Oh, I did see all of the little gender prediction things, so we'll have to do those little tests to see, just for fun. I mean, obviously, there's no way that those guarantee anything, but it could be fun. Maybe we could do a little video where we put those to the test and we
Yeah.
try and see before we open the envelope
Yeah.
which it
By the
is.
way, for people can maybe not follow the videos in the past, we just transfer one embryo. So if it people, because I know 'cause some IVF clinics they doing two embryos, and but in Italy and in this clinic they prefer that you transfer just one embryo because it is more safe for the mother, because technically for them one baby it is the safe pregnancy. They
Mhm.
want a safe pregnancy. It is one baby,
They don't want any added
and the
complications at
complications,
all.
other things, so they don't transfer you to embryos. But I know okay, some clinics they doing some speculation. I just said it's not from me, so don't say Alessio said that. Some people, not me, I repeat right there. Some people thinking that they doing two embryos because it's not enough place to storage the embryos. It is
Oh,
start,
really?
yes.
I've never heard that.
So they said they give you they transfer two because they know they start lose finish the space, so they start putting two
Yeah, I
embryos.
don't think that's true.
Some speculation is not
I don't
me.
think that's true because, like we've said, we've talked to so many different fertility clinics,
Yeah,
probably like 4 or 5 different clinics at this point, and they all had the same mentality of we only want to transfer one unless you're somebody that has multiple failures, like you've had implantation failures multiple times, or you're over the age of 40. Then they might think about
yeah.
putting two, but nobody has ever wanted to put two,
No, us
especially
no.
because if something goes wrong, like let's say, because there's so many different things that you can do with IVF. There's different types of medication. You can do a natural cycle, a medicated cycle, a sort of medicated cycle. So they want to start you out in one way. But if that doesn't work, then they might try a different strategy. So they don't want to put all of the embryos in there and potentially have it fail, because then you went through all this effort and lost the embryos.
Exactly.
So they wanted to one, so that if it is successful, they consider it more of a safe pregnancy. And if it fails, then they still have embryos to try and
To try to,
use.
and remember that embryo you put as a small chance can always can double
Mm,
or triple. So
oh my
it
gosh.
is always a chance that
I
he's,
truly do not think it is. I feel very confident that it is
yeah.
one baby inside
It
right
is
now.
one, but I just telling you, it is could be the tolling. They tell us is a 2% the chance could this happen,
Yeah,
but it's 2%.
I know.
You
I mean, it
know,
happens to some people. So it's
Uh,
not like a zero
it's not
chance.
zero because it's happening. Then depend, if in the your history twins and not twins and stuff.
Somebody asked if we did different medications for this transfer or versus the ones we did in Italy. We did not do a natural transfer in Italy. Both of them were medicated cycles, but the medicine is a little different there. Here you do progesterone and oil shots, so they're like injections. But in Italy, I did both oral progesterone, like a pill, and also suppositories, which are little capsules that go
Mm.
up from the bottom. So there are different opinions on both of those. So we're just going to do whatever our current clinic tells us to do and keep doing it.
Yeah, in
Um,
Europe they like that way because it's less invasive, and at least in America like this way because you have more. They say, oh, it's working better.
yeah.
Honestly, we try both, and uh
It's hard to even compare to, because our embryo this time was super good quality, but our
mm,
embryos in Italy were not good quality. So it's like you can't
you
really
cannot
compare.
you cannot compare in that situation because in Italy we have the endometriosis there, and we have so many follicles there, but they cannot reach it with the procedure. They have just that three. Can they remove it? And then we figured out that there was then just to survive, and then it was low quality, and then could be so many things. Was inflammation for the endometriosis for a long time because the cyst was really big, so the
Mm-hmm.
blood don't flow to the thing. It was just unlucky because usually your body produce maybe one or two or three good embryos,
Yeah.
depend every. But is this always the embryo, the main embryo there, and then it's the other ones because you do medication, so much variable, so we cannot say it's not working. The only thing I can tell you, in Italy is cheaper. So the only thing is that the only reason is.
Yeah, but I do think that unfortunately, because we had all of the endometriosis, that wasn't we weren't able to get so many eggs in Italy, that and the ones that we were able to get weren't great quality, then that kind of contributed more
Mm,
to the
to the thing.
two transfers not succeeding rather than like medical like medicine or any procedural things.
And here we did 3 egg retrieval, so we take a lot of time. In Italy you allowed maybe 2, you cannot do multiple,
Yeah.
but we did 3 here. And then guess what, the first one is where they came the best eggs, where we came from the surgery in Italy, right? No,
No.
no, we know well
We did the
endometriosis.
surgery in Italy before we did the
Yeah, but
transfers in
have
Italy.
endometriosis here.
Not well, we had a small little cyst.
It's really, yes, it was no endometriosis. It was
And
really
then
tiny,
after
tiny.
the first transfer is when the endometriosis started to grow
Come
back.
back.
And then we had our second retrieval and our third retrieval. But we had such great results from that. We had no anticipation of what we were going to get. We went in thinking we might be lucky to just get one single embryo out of everything because I just didn't have a lot of eggs. And we were so lucky to have gotten the number that we did.
And then the funny
So
thing it is the first patch can we take the embryos. The first one we frozen and unfrozen, and then there was the good quality. Instead, when with the last one we did fresh, and then we have less
yeah,
results
that was
with
really
the fresh.
surprising.
We was expecting better fresh, but the clinic told us like.
That is one thing though I want to say because a lot of people can get nervous about using frozen eggs that haven't been fertilized yet and thinking that it might not work.
Mm.
There's obviously different outcomes for different people, but we were lucky in the fact that our frozen eggs fertilized and grew better than the ones that we had fresh. So it doesn't mean just because they're frozen eggs, like if you're somebody who has done egg freezing and you're nervous about that, it doesn't mean for sure that it's not going to work and that you have to have fresh eggs. There's still a chance that things will work out.
No, I this.
Do you share what retrieval medicines you were this time? Like egg retrieval medicine, we did Follistim, what are they called? Minipure, and then Ganirelix were the 3. And
The
if you don't know anything about IVF, that's not gonna mean anything to you, but if you have an idea of the names, then that,
yeah, but could help. Yeah, I
that
mean,
would
yeah.
yeah. So we did a really pretty highly medicated retrieval because I had a low AMH, so they weren't expecting me to develop a lot of follicles. So they really put us on a lot of medicine. Um, and it worked out well. I mean, I'm very happy that they did
Mm-mm.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw so many questions pop through while I was talking, and I've missed them and I forgot
Well, you can always,
what they were.
yeah.
So sorry, guys. I saw so many good ones and they just went straight out of my head. Maybe that's a pregnancy something like.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see somebody asking or said something funny where they're like, "Oh, I've been craving sweets and fruits, and I'm having a girl. If you crave salty things, you're having a boy." Well, again, I still think it's too early for me to have cravings or symptoms, but I've been really craving salty things, and I never snack. Like I never am the type of person that wants chips
I know this
or
right now.
I'm never
It's true.
eating
You never snacking.
chips.
I saw you today taking my chips. The
Alessio's
I
always
always snacking. The
always the
nuts.
snacker. He's always wanting to eat nuts and chips and crackers, and I'm never the snacker. And I have been wanting the salty snack, so maybe that means we're having a boy. I don't know. We don't know what it is.
So, but last night you eat blueberry thing. So it
Because
is.
you asked me to make something for breakfast,
Yeah.
so I made you a blueberry loaf. I mean, that
It
doesn't
was really
count.
good blueberry loaf. But to
Alessio's
be a
having
girl.
more cravings than me, guys.
I expecting ragazzi a boy and a girl because I'm craving for both.
He is craving more than
Yeah.
me. Oh, someone said I crave salty and I had a daughter. Okay, well, I guess it's all out the window. It doesn't make any difference.
Jessi,
Okay, what supplements did I take to improve my egg quality? So I will say that we were really trying to throw everything we could at it this round of IVF because we knew that it was probably going to be our last chance to do egg retrievals. So I tried to read all the books that I could and do all the little things that I could to try and make it as successful as possible. So we actually reduced our sugar like crazy from, I guess, the summer before. So summer 2024.
from Italy, they told us
Italy
reduce.
told us, like, because everybody's saying gluten, don't eat this, don't eat red meat. There's so many things.
So many things. We try everything and never work.
For my
Italy
endometriosis.
for the endometriosis.
But they said try and reduce your sugar. So we reduced the sugar like crazy.
This means it's not that you go sugar free.
We were still eating fruit.
We're still eating fruit. We still eating other thing. They said you eat natural sugar, other things you can go. Example, if we do a cake, it was doing a cake at home without buying grocery store because it's really hard here to find in the grocery store. We was baking without the sugar, maybe just the apple pie with just the apple sugar.
Yes, just the sugar from the fruit.
Yes, and was fantastic.
And then we tried to really load up on supplements. So I was taking CoQ10, vitamin D, my prenatal vitamins. At some point, I started to do, like, the book I read was given to me by a cousin that I have that also did IVF, and it starts with an egg book. I feel like if you're in the fertility world, you know that book already, but if you don't, I thought it was a really helpful book, and it gives you a lot of scientific studies and supplements that you can try. So I just said, I'm going to implement everything that I can. So I did that. We stopped using a lot of, like, anything plastic. We got stainless steel pans. We got rid of all the Teflon. Like, this was years ago, though. So there were already things that we had put into place, and we just kept building on it. And then the big one that I did was I overhauled all of my beauty products, which was difficult at first because I had some tried and true products that I loved, but I saw some of the ingredients could be disrupting to fertility. So I had to totally find all new things for my hair and my makeup and my skincare. And we just did that. And I said, you know what? I don't know if it will help or not, but I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I decided I'm going to try and be as strict and specific as I can so that I know at the end of it, I can't sit back and think, oh, it was the moisturizer that I used that caused me to fail.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't be, to be honest. It probably wouldn't be that, but I didn't want to have that thought in my mind. So we wanted to be as specific as possible with all the supplements, the food, the chemicals, anything that we could think of, so that we could give ourselves peace of mind at the end of it.
So somebody from Italy. Sono italiana, è più di 1 anno e mezzo che vi seguo, questo vostro percorso, non avete idea di quanta questa bella notizia scaldi il cuore, sarete dei genitori meravigliosi. Thank you so much, grazie mille.
Thank you.
Really kind. It was a follower from Italy tell us that they are super happy for this
news
and
news.
was
they said you'll be
so
great
romantic,
parents.
like in Italian writing. Scaldami il cuore, no? Warm
Very
my
kind.
heart, you know.
Very kind. Thank you.
And
Um,
for the vitamins, Amore, we people asking again, what is the name for the
okay,
vitamins?
I'm just
Go
gonna go
take the
get it for you
vitamins
guys.
because I know that maybe you guys are interested to see. We did so many research about which vitamins was good. We was asking doctors and things.
Okay, again, this is from the book. It starts with an egg. So they have a list on their website of recommended vitamins. So this is what I've been taking for a long time now. But the key that they said was that you need the methylfolate instead of folic acid. But again, there's a lot of people that might disagree with that. But I thought the book was super helpful. So I thought that their recommendations would be helpful, and it had really good reviews on Amazon. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So it's the Thorn
Yes.
basic prenatal. The only thing that's annoying is you have to take 3 of them, 3 capsules, and if you don't eat enough, you're not gonna feel really good
And
after
do it
that.
at lunch.
So
Don't do it in the night. Remember, don't take vitamins after dinner because it's hard to sleep. Other things you can have that symptoms because you're not sleeping well. So just take a lunch so your body process all the
yeah.
vitamins that you're gonna take. So and so who knows what is if it
Okay, somebody said it has to do with the
metabolismo.
Thank you. How your body metabolizes
Hmm.
the
The vitamins.
folate. They said methylfolate is better than the folic acid. So that's why. But I think this is really good. I've been taking it for at least 2 years, basically every day, and it's been really good for me. So if you want
Yeah.
to try that one, or if you want to go onto that website for the It Starts with an Egg book, they have other ones as well.
Yeah. Will you upload the video of your telling your family and friends about pregnancy? No.
So
We keep it.
yeah, there's really, it's not like one of those classic big YouTube video moments where you go to their house, you're like, we're pregnant, or you give a gift. We just didn't have
The,
that
we don't have that is
because
it's not natural. It was them coming. So
yeah.
how is Ben? How is Ben?
They were constantly checking on us to see like how the transfer went. So it wasn't like this surprise moment.
Yeah. But the day we announced I was pregnant, we keep. I call my family, my mom, my grandfather, my dad, my brother. So I told them to the phone. Jessi said the same thing.
Everybody was obviously
was
extremely happy,
So
but it wasn't necessarily like this magical surprise.
And it was like they were happy.
That's
like,
one thing I'm sad about. Like, it's such a dumb thing. It doesn't really matter, but I just wish I had that opportunity to like surprise Alessio, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, telling my husband I'm pregnant, and we'll never get that, but it's okay.
I was still surprised anyway to be after 2 feelings that was because I don't know, but when we send that little video about if we were pregnant or not, you need to know the background because you saw that video 15 seconds. That video was 5 minutes long, 6 minutes long.
Because I couldn't pull out the
because
test.
no, this is the real reaction. If I put all the reaction in the, you're gonna be bored after 2 minutes because this is the reaction. So Jessi came to me and said, okay, today we're gonna test it. Okay, we're gonna test it. And she said, I don't know if I have feeling that reaction. I feel okay. So we go to the couch. Okay, let's and Jessi said, oh, I'm nervous. Okay, don't worry, we're going. So 5 minutes talking about like Jessi was talking about. She have this test right there, and she will say, "Okay, counting until 3." Okay, yeah, okay. And
So
then
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3,
and
and then
then-
I'll pull it out. Or should I do 1,
Okay.
2, 3,
and then just go. So start coming. We were calm, but then I built up like, okay, it's there. It's
Part of
5
me-
minutes. 5 minutes later,
Part of me was so scared to pull out that
it was
test,
negative. Yeah, like
because obviously you have to find out at some point. You can't just like never find out
Yeah.
if it worked or not. But I was so scared for the moment that it might be negative
Yeah.
because it was negative already in the past. And then I was like, I'm not ready for another negative right now. And then it was
It
positive.
was positive.
But
Then,
Alessio's right. It took me quite a few minutes to actually pull
but
out
the
the
funny
test.
thing it was funny because I said, "Oh, whatever." No, and she put in the couch. So I do it. Yeah, you do it. Okay, okay. I go. Okay, yeah, go. And then I'm nervous. And then, so that be my nervous, and I go super nervous too because then you start thinking what was happening to the past, and you and the
Mm.
lines. I was like, but then it was good because it was the two lines, the most beautiful two lines. Yeah. Then and then yeah, happened like this.
Someone
The
said they're addicted to testing for a few weeks after the transfer. Yeah, I feel like I want to test every day, but I'm trying to keep myself from doing that.
one thing we noticed, the first test, 'cause we was thinking super dark line,
Mm.
Then we did another test 2 days later. It was more dark to the first one, and then we did another test just for was more stronger. That test from and the first line almost disappeared from the
Yeah.
test. Like I said, oh my god, we celebrate for this
For a
tiny
teeny
tiny
tiny
line.
line.
it
It
was
looked dark
it
in
was looking dark. I
the
don't
video.
know,
I think it just faded.
it's faded, like I said, but then later on, so that's why they always suggest you wait your beta test and then the second beta
I felt
test.
like I decided if it was going to be negative, I would have rather us found out like together, two of
Yeah,
us, rather than have the call from the clinic to find out. It just felt like I wanted to go ahead and know if it was going to
that's
be
why we
negative.
waiting 3 days before, because we was thinking, oh, 3 days maybe is safe. If it was no line there, was a little bit like, I
Yeah.
don't know if the day after was coming the line, but go everything positive. So let's not think about negative thing.
Somebody
Everything go.
asked if I'd had any symptoms before we had the positive test.
Yes, we talk about to the other life, the symptoms life, as
Yes.
Jesse have.
I had, I guess it ended up being implantation spotting because I had like on, I guess it was 6 or 7 days after the transfer, I had kind of this brown spotting and I was freaking out. Like it was a negative thing, but everybody kept saying, oh,
I
it could
explained
be implantation. It could be implantation. Um,
because we was thinking an implantation was happening in 48 hours. Okay,
yeah,
instead implantation start the 6 to 12
right.
implantation. So we was thinking, oh, they put, because it's some people they, I don't know, but it's not the doctor put the embryo right there, oh, stick like there. They put inside with a liquid, and
Yeah.
the embryo is like
Kind of
go
hanging
around,
around.
around, around, and he need a touch. Okay, but this I was thinking it was happening in the 48 hours because they told us the 48 hours. So I was thinking, can you start have the bleeding there? Instead, nothing. But at day 6, you see this little brown,
Yeah.
and then was a little bit kind of red
Like a light
in
reddish,
the night. So we go a
pinkish.
little bit panic, but then the day after no was nothing. So it is just maybe you have it just right now, and
And it ended up being, I
and then
guess.
after that was the implantation
And then
there.
I will say the day after the transfer, I did, so the day after, have like kind of these little twingy feelings, but they said you can have cramping after the transfer anyway because the catheter with the embryo goes up inside your uterus, so it's kind of disturbing the situation there. So I didn't think too much of it, but they said that the implantation can start the day or the day, like the day after or the second day after, so maybe that was something too. But we were trying to keep ourselves pretty calm,
Hmm.
like not reading too much into it because, again, I am on progesterone and estrogen, and those can already give you a ton of symptoms that can be very similar to early pregnancy symptoms. So
Yeah.
we were like, okay, whatever. Someone said, are you scared? It's like still scared. And I am going to be honest and say I am very scared because I think that a lot of people don't understand what it feels like to be pregnant and feel excited, but also feel nervous after you've had a miscarriage. plus all the effort that it took for us to get here, because our miscarriage was 5 years ago. So since then, we've been trying to become pregnant, and then finally it's happened, and it feels so like fragile, like I'm so scared I'll lose it. And everyone says, oh, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. But even if I'm trying to tell myself it's gonna be fine, it's hard to
It's hard to
shake.
tell your brain, hey, shut up,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fine.
It's
Your
hard to
brain is
shake.
working differently, uh, in the protection mode,
Yeah, it's because your brain wants to protect you from feeling sad. But I've read a lot of helpful things. So if you're in a similar situation, two things have helped me a lot is number one, if I sit here and I worry about what could happen and it ends up happening, it's not going to make it any less painful. I've just made myself suffer twice. First, worrying about it and like visualizing it happening, and then it actually happening. So I've suffered twice. If I worry about it and it doesn't end up happening and everything goes well, I've made myself suffer by worrying about it.
Mm.
And then if everything goes well, I don't want to like look back and think, oh my gosh, I kind of robbed myself of all of that joy and excitement that I could have been feeling after such a long journey. Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit. Whoop, suck it up. Okay. I don't want to have robbed myself of feeling any joy because I deserve to feel happy in this moment. And if I am constantly worried and thinking, like waiting for the worst thing to happen, then I don't want to have missed out on the opportunity and have robbed myself of that joy. So I'm trying to think about that and keep that in my mind. I don't want to make myself suffer unnecessarily, but it is really hard. I mean,
It is
it's really
hard,
hard.
yes,
So it's like a moment by moment
moment by
battle.
moment. Yeah.
Moment by moment battle to fight the nervous anxiety. But
Yeah.
it's going to be okay.
It's
No
gonna be
matter what,
okay.
it's
It's
going to be
gonna be
okay.
okay. Yeah, it's gonna be okay, ragazzi. Yeah.
So yes, someone asked the next steps. It is going to be the ultrasound.
Next step is the ultrasound.
Hopefully we see that little heartbeat, and that would be so exciting.
My daughter is pregnant after back-to-back miscarriage.
Miscarriages. She's
She's
11 weeks and 3 days.
We are so excited for the daughter because your daughter probably understand, when you lose it. Then I mean, there's so many, I mean, it's not easy, even mental. You're gonna be always there, worry. So, but one step at a time.
Yes.
And try.
I've also gonna make myself some little flashcards. This is so like type A, but I'm gonna make myself some little flashcards with some, positive phrases, some positive verses so that I have them there to just like read to myself, because when I start to feel anxious, your brain kind of runs away and all these negative thoughts are in your head. And so I'm just like running away with negative thoughts and fears and stuff. So if I have them there to just read, even the words in my brain can help kind of shift that mindset. So that's going to be my next project.
Yeah.
So we did not do embryo glue. We didn't do anything like that. The only thing we were doing is the medicated cycle. We did so before we started the transfer medication, I had to go in for a hysteroscopy, which is where they go in with a little camera into the uterus to see the inside of the uterus to make sure there's nothing there, because I had a SIS, which is a saline something sonogram. And there was a little something there that they couldn't tell what it was. So they were worried it might be a polyp. So we did the hysteroscopy. They removed the polyp. It did, in fact, end up being a polyp. It wasn't very big, but better to just make sure there wasn't anything in there that could potentially cause,
because if it was going right there, it was going to miscarriage.
Exactly. So they removed that, and then while they were in there, they did a little biopsy of the lining of my uterus so they could send it away and test for something called endometritis, which is a chronic inflammation of the lining of the uterus. It's different than endometriosis, which we know I already have. But the endometritis is also like not a good environment for implantation. So we did both of those things at the same time. And then the endometritis came back negative, which was really good because if it was positive, you only have to take antibiotics for a certain amount of time. So it's not really like difficult, but it was just going to push back our transfer even more.
Mhm.
And at this point, we're like, we want to do the transfer. So after the hysteroscopy, they removed the little polyp. Everything looked good inside. We did the test for the endometritis. Everything was good. So the only things that we did were the medications, the progesterone in oil and the oral estrogen pill that I have to take. That is all they did. The only other thing that I will say is because we did the PGT testing of the embryos, the embryo was already kind of hatching out when they did the transfer. Sometimes people do something called assisted hatching, which is like they kind of help the embryo break out of the little shell. But we didn't have to do that because it was already coming out by itself.
Yeah,
So
it was a nice news because you see that embryo was fighting
yeah, it was
to,
really, really good,
like, he
strong
say, hey,
embryo.
I wanted
So
to be here, so he already did all the process, all it was a
really,
great, the embryo was magnifico. So probably because the pasta, the
oh yeah.
lasagna,
I told Alessio, I said, what if it's gonna be so funny if like because you have cravings during pregnancy, but you can also have aversions where you don't want to eat a food, like it makes you feel like nauseous. And I was like, what if I have aversions to Italian food? Like that is gonna be so traumatic for Alessio. Because he's gonna want to try and cook me all these good things, like really good ragu sauce or whatever, and I'm gonna be like, no, I hate it. I can't eat that. Give me a McDonald's cheeseburger. He's gonna be traumatized.
I'm gonna be traumatized. See,
Oh, French food. Oh, that sounds good.
that you should be avoid and to be sick. That you should be
I don't
avoiding and
know.
sick.
Poor Alessio. We'll have to take it
Yeah.
one step at a time.
Do you have any question? Can in 8 minutes we wrap up this live? Any question, ragazzi, or we just chat like so?
Um, Oh no. So somebody said, "What advice would you give to my daughter? She has very severe endometriosis and can't get a doctor to listen to her. She would like to one day have children." So I don't know when you say she doesn't have a doctor to listen to her about her endometriosis or about fertility, like IVF with endometriosis. But if it's the first one, like a doctor won't listen to her about having endometriosis, that's a really tough one because that's pretty much the biggest issue
Can we find here?
with people getting diagnosed is that the symptoms can kind of seem like a lot of other things and doctors can kind of write it off as this or that. I feel like it's gotten a lot better. I was diagnosed with endometriosis in 2018. And since then, I feel like it's gotten a lot better. The hard thing is because I would just tell you try and find other doctor, get a second opinion or a third opinion, but sometimes that's not possible because sometimes with insurance or location, you are kind of limited in doctor. For me specifically, we ended up actually going to Italy to have an endometriosis specialist in Italy treat me and do my surgery. For us, we were lucky that that was possible because we're already traveling back and forth to Italy to
Yeah.
see Alessio's family. We were doing our IVF in Italy, so it just made sense. The best thing to do would be to get another doctor, but I understand if that is difficult.
You need to find a surgeon, somebody, a doctor, che they don't try to tell you, let's do a surgery. First, you need a plan and see what endometriosis you have. Okay?
Mm.
Because sometimes for Jessi, we go in multiple doctors, but they said, oh yeah, for remove this, we need to remove or put in menopause or other things. So it's hard to find a doctor. We all
Everybody's different in their opinions, which is the hardest part.
we documentation all this in our YouTube videos from the beginning, like how to find the doctor, other thing in the Jessi Alessio IVF, Italy, US. And to be honest, we being safe from Italy in that case, because
Yeah.
we go there 5 minutes, they find everything, and the material see this, and this is the surgery. And we went to Verona, because Verona actually is the place where was the endometriosis expert in the world. It's
They have like
crazy.
a gold
They are the gold
medal,
medal from endometriosis.
but not everybody can go to Italy.
Yes, not everybody, but there's a lot of people coming in United States too. But you find them maybe in New York, maybe you find in some
I
cities
know. But
that maybe the immigration come here, they study.
I think the first thing would be to try and get another doctor if you can.
Yeah.
Like, and really research to find out what kind of experience the doctor has with endometriosis. If you cannot get another doctor, print out all of the studies, the articles, the things that you can that show the symptoms that your daughter has, and take it to this doctor that's saying no, whatever, whatever, and try and force them to listen. Like, you've got to like throw all this stuff at them, because maybe one of the reasons too is that they just don't have a lot of education on it. So you got to have to educate them, unfortunately.
It's funny to say you need to educate the doctor, but in this case, you have to educate the doctor. But in my, I was changed the doctor and go
I
to
think so
another
too.
one with, hey, I have the symptoms, endometriosis thing. I wanna a scan. You do a scan, and they're gonna see it. They're gonna see the mass, and they're gonna say, okay, this is the
Yeah, another
endometriosis.
thing I will say, a lot of people say that endometriosis can only be viewed like in a surgery, like you can't see it with an ultrasound. When I went to Italy with our doctor in Italy, the doctors here in the US could not, like, I had cysts, big cysts on my ovaries. You could see those. That was very obvious it was endometriosis. But they missed a lesion of endometriosis that I had on my rectum. And the doctor in Italy was able to find that with just the ultrasound. Like, he did the ultrasound. He was like, "Oh, you have this cyst here, da da da." He was like, "Oh, you have adenomyosis, which is endometriosis of the uterus." I was like, "How are you seeing that? Everybody told me you can only see it with surgery. You can't see it in ultrasound." He looked at me like I was crazy. He was like, "No, no, no, I can see it very plainly." So
And then was when we
if
did the
it's
surgery.
microscopic endometriosis, yeah, it's going to be hard to see. But if it's like substantial, people will
can.
be able to see it.
Yeah.
You just have to, unfortunately, keep fighting for yourself. If, sorry to go back again, if it's fertility related with the endometriosis, I feel like every single fertility clinic that we've been to has always listened immediately about my endometriosis diagnosis. They've taken it very seriously. So if, again, they're not taking it seriously, different clinic.
Yeah. Okay, ragazzi. So thank you so much, caller and chat
With Joan.
with John.
Thank you, Joan.
And thank you so much for, I missed it, LB.
LB, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So if we answer all your questions,
I feel like I saw so many, and
there are so
they
many.
were going crazy, and I couldn't
The
see,
chat
couldn't
is
read them.
the chat is really go fast, ragazzi. I need to slow down so I can see the.
Somebody asked how the progesterone shots are going, and they're going fine.
They're going fine. We're doing a really good job.
I found out because originally it was getting very sore every single time. I was sore in the spot where Alessio did the injection, but then we realized that we were doing them too low.
Yeah, so, and we go a little bit higher.
And Alessio is a pro at it. He is so good. He's got, like, he tells me, because at first I was like, you got to walk me through it because I can't see what he's doing. Like, tell me what you're doing because I need to be prepared. I don't want him to just like go. He does perfectly. He tells me when he's going to inject, and then, he does the injection.
And I learned too from the first, you a little bit scared to
just
punch, but I think it's more painful. So I start going like, poof, I go inside, like, poof, I go inside, and whoop, and then I start counting, and we counting a minute for do the all shot. They said 30 seconds. We do 30 seconds half, and 30 seconds the other half, and then we do all the massages and the heater pads. So for now, it's everything is going well. Yeah.
He is a pro now. You're right. Somebody asked what the due date is. If we go based on our transfer, the due date is early May.
Early May.
Of course, that can change, like, depending on when we do the ultrasound. but it is early May right now. We don't have like a hard due date yet.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be in May probably.
A toro.
And then I saw another
Taurus.
question. Oh, somebody asked if any chance we're gonna leave the gender to be a surprise until the birth. Like we don't open the envelope at all.
Long time ago was that feeling, and now I want to know.
I know. We actually, when we first started to try and we visualized the whole thing, we're like, we're going to wait until the baby's born. We're going to have that, traditional surprise where the baby's born and Alessio's like, it's and then now I don't think we can wait.
Yeah.
It's just been so much waiting. Like
So
we're
much
kind of tired of
waiting.
waiting at this point.
At this time, maybe the second one, if it's gonna happen, let's wait this. But if everything go well, this, if we're gonna try maybe for the second immediately after all that thing,
I know.
we maybe that we're gonna wait. Who knows?
Don't know. Someone said they waited with the second baby.
Because maybe you want another joy, different. Ragazzi, I leave Jessi to go rest. We did an hour the live. Now I'm gonna put the patient resting, drinking water because I need to keep up with her.
I need to get some more water.
I need to say, hey, do you drink your water? This, and that. So I don't wanna make her.
I'm grateful for you because you keep me to
straight.
Remember to drink the water. Like I'm trying, but Alessia's like, did you drink water?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing
like
it.
Every husband, I guess.
Good job, Amore. Keep me on track. Keep me on track.
Va bene, ragazzi. Un saluto. Grazie for to be with us in this live and to the next. And wait the video because I think we're gonna make the video about the ultrasound, okay? But it's gonna be in 2 weeks, so don't think about it. It's gonna be this weekend, okay?
Like wait for it, but don't be like waiting for it.
Ciao, ragazzi. Ciao.